Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're jumping into, well, a really huge story. A moment of transition, renewal. Basically, how the world started over after a massive upheaval.
hmm A story of reemergence.
Exactly. We're looking closely at an ancient text, Genesis chapter 8.
Right. It gives this incredibly detailed picture of the world drying out after this legendary flood.
And our goal today, it's really to unpack that story, find some surprising details, understand the sequence, how it all happened.
And explore the big promises that come out of it. It's quite profound.
Okay, let's dive in. So after months on the water, the focus shifts. It moves away from the flood itself.
Yeah, towards the aftermath.
The text starts with, "But God remembered Noah and all the wild animals and the livestock that were with him in the ark."
And what's really striking here, I think, is the way it describes the waters going down. It's described with such precision.
It wasn't just poof, gone.
Not at all. It says God sent a wind over the earth. That's the start. And then, crucially, the sources of the flood stopped. The springs of the deep and the floodgates of the heavens were closed. No more rain.
That cosmology is fascinating in itself, isn't it? The idea of water below and water above.
Definitely. So after that, the water receded steadily from the earth. It took time.
How much time?
Well, the text mentions 150 days. After that period, the water had gone down enough.
Enough for what?
Enough for the ark, on the 17th day of the 7th month, to actually come to rest.
All's land.
On the mountains of Ararat, specifically. Imagine the relief.
Wow. Okay, so it's not just a general the water went down. This is like a logbook.
Exactly. A timeline.
Hmm.
And it continues. The waters kept receding until the 10th month.
Okay.
And then on the first day of the 10th month, finally, the tops of the mountains became visible.
So after all that time floating, Noah finally sees land again, even if it's just mountain peaks.
Precisely. And that really sets the stage for him to start figuring out what's happening outside.
Right, because he can't just open the door yet.
No, not yet.
And this next part is where it gets, well, really interesting to me. Once those peaks are visible, Noah starts to take action. He opens a window.
He does. He opens a window he'd made, and then he starts his, let's call it, reconnaissance mission, using birds.
Avian scouts. I love it.
Yeah. So, first, after another 40 days pass, he sends out a raven.
A raven. Why a raven, do we think?
Well, the text says the raven kept flying back and forth until the water had dried up. It suggests it could survive out there, maybe finding food.
Like carrion leftover.
Possibly. But it didn't really return to the ark permanently. It wasn't a sign things were truly ready for them.
Okay, so the raven gives some information, but not the all clear.
Right. So then Noah tries a different bird, a dove.
The dove. Okay.
First time he sends it out,
Hmm.
it comes straight back.
Why?
Because there was still water over all the surface of the earth,
Yeah.
nowhere for it to land. So Noah takes it back in.
He has to be patient.
Very. He waits another 7 more days, sends the dove out again.
And this time?
This time, it comes back in the evening. And there in its beak was a freshly plucked olive leaf.
The olive leaf. That's the moment, isn't it?
That's the definitive sign. Unequivocal proof that the floodwaters had receded enough for vegetation to be growing again.
Wow, such a powerful image.
It really is. But he waits again, another 7 more days. Sends the dove out a third time. This time, it just did not return to him.
Meaning it found a place to stay. The land was ready.
Exactly. The reconnaissance was complete. The earth could support life again.
The methodical way he does this, the raven, the dove, the 7-day waits, it feels almost like early science, doesn't it?
It's certainly a careful observational approach. He's testing the environment step by step.
And that olive leaf, it's become such a universal symbol, hasn't it? Peace, hope, new beginnings after disaster.
Absolutely. Delivered by this small bird, it's a sign of hope emerging after, well, utter devastation.
So, the signal's been received. The land is ready. What happens next?
The timeline continues, just as precisely. By the first day of the first month of Noah's 601st year.
So, a specific date again, his 601st birthday, essentially.
Yes, and on that day, the text says the water had finally dried up from the earth. Noah actually removes the ark's covering and looks out.
And he sees dry ground.
He sees the surface of the ground is dry. But interestingly, they don't leave just yet.
Oh, still waiting.
Seems so. There's a final confirmation needed. The text specifies that by the 27th day of the second month, the earth was completely dry.
Completely dry. Okay, so almost 2 more months. Patience was key here.
Immense patience. It was a slow, gradual return to normalcy.
And then comes the instruction.
Then comes the divine command. Come out of the ark, you and your wife and your sons and their wives.
Not just the family, right?
No, everyone. Every kind of living creature. So they can multiply on the earth and be fruitful and increase in number on it. It's time to repopulate.
So picture this. After maybe a year inside that ark, finally stepping onto solid, dry earth, what's the very first thing Noah does? What's his priority?
It's a powerful moment.
Hmm.
And his first action, he builds an altar.
An altar before anything else.
Before anything else, an altar to the Lord. And he takes some of all the clean animals and clean birds.
Ah, these specific categories again. Animals suitable for offering.
Exactly. It signifies a pure, proper act of worship in that context. And he sacrifices burnt offerings on it.
An act of gratitude, maybe? Thanksgiving?
I think definitely gratitude, perhaps also acknowledging dependence, starting this new era with worship. The text even says, the Lord smelled the pleasing aroma.
And this act, this offering, it leads to something huge, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
It seems to prompt this internal divine resolution. God says in his heart,
What does he say?
never again will I curse the ground because of humans, even though, and this is quite a statement, every inclination of the human heart is evil from childhood.
Wow, that's quite the acknowledgement of human nature right there.
It is. And he continues, and never again will I destroy all living creatures, as I have done.
So this is more than just stopping floods. It's a fundamental shift, a covenant.
Exactly, a foundational promise, a commitment from God to maintain the world's stability despite human failings.
So what's the core lasting promise that comes out of all this? The one that affects everything afterwards?
It's this incredible guarantee about the natural order itself.
Yeah.
God promises, as long as the earth endures, seed time and harvest, cold and heat, summer and winter, day and night will never cease.
The basic rhythms of life, the seasons, the cycles we depend on.
Absolutely. They're established here as something divinely guaranteed, providing a stable backdrop for life no matter what.
What a journey. We've gone from the waters slowly receding through Noah's bird scouting mission
The olive leaf.
to finally stepping out onto dry land, building that altar, and receiving this incredible, enduring promise about the world itself.
Yeah, and what really stands out is how this ancient story uses these precise timelines, these specific actions,
Like the raven, the dove, the altar.
to paint this incredibly vivid picture. It's about recovery, about renewal, about order being carefully, deliberately restored after absolute chaos.
It's not a magical reset button. It's gradual, patient.
Exactly. It gives you this grounded feeling of a world being reborn, step by step.
So when you pull back from the details, what's the big takeaway here? This deep dive into Genesis 8 gives us this powerful story of resilience, sure, but also the setting up of cosmic consistency.
That promise of reliable cycles.
Right. So here's something to think about. How does that idea resonate with you? This concept of an enduring natural cycle, guaranteed even after huge disruption. Does it make you think differently about patterns of renewal, maybe in your own life or just in the world around us?